Bonjour, tech-savvy wanderers, and welcome back to Generative AI 101, the podcast that transforms the dizzy maze of artificial intelligence and generative artificial intelligence into your favorite neighborhood bistro. I'm Emily Laird, your hostess with the mostest, ready to serve up a delectable dish of AI goodness. Today we're diving fork first into Mistral AI, hence all the French references I've snuck in. So pour yourself a glass of Bordeaux, because this is one spicy meatball of innovation. Get ready to hear me mispronounce a bunch of French words. Bienvenue to Generative AI 101. All right, fellow explorers of the digital cosmos, let's talk Mistral AI. This isn't just any AI company, it's the new French kid on the block, shaking things up faster than a Parisian can say baguette. Mistral AI, named after that gusty French wind, was born on April 28, 2023, and is proudly headquartered in the City of Lights, Paris, France. Founded by former researchers from Google's DeepMind and Meta, Mistral is the new wave of AI startups, known for its transparent, portable, customizable, and cost-effective models that sip fewer computational resources than their heavyweight competitors. Picture this. You're at a Parisian cafe, and instead of debating French politics, you're talking about how Mistral's large language models, or LLMs, are giving industry giants like Google, Anthropic, and even OpenAI's GPT-4 a run for their money. With the likes of Microsoft and others investing an evaluation of a cool $6.2 billion, Mistral AI isn't just playing in the big leagues, they're setting up their own game. All right, let's dish out the details on what Mistral offers. Okay, so their commercial models are really the crème de la crème, starting with Mistral Large. It's not complicated. The model is ideal for complex tasks like synthetic text and code generation, boasting a maximum content window of 32,000 tokens and fluency in English, French, Spanish, German, Italian, and even code. It ranks just ahead of GPT-4 in benchmarks, making it a formidable contender. Then there's Mistral Small. Again, simple titles for these, designed for efficient reasoning and low latency workloads. So it's perfect for bulk tasks like text generation, classification. It shares the same linguistic talents and token windows as its larger sibling, but is tailored for speed and cost effectiveness. Now, for those who need a model with an eagle eye for detail, Mistral Embed converts text into numerical representations or embeddings for tasks like sentiment analysis and text classification. Currently, it's available in English only, but it's as sharp as a guillotine. Okay, now let's turn the page to their open source models. So first, we're going to start with Mistral 7B. So Mistral 7B is really the crowd pleaser here, designed for easy customization and fast deployment. Despite being trained on a very modest 7 billion parameters, again, that's modest, 7 billion parameters, it outperforms models with twice the parameters and matches those with up to 30 billion. So talk about punching above your weight class, right? Then there's the Mixtral series. So the Mixtral series steps it up with a mixture of expert architecture. Mixtral 8x7b uses about 12 billion of its 45 billion parameters for inference. This outperforms Llama 2 70b, so 70b is billion parameters, and Llama 2 is a large language model developed by Meta, formerly Facebook. I know this gets very confusing, okay? So what I'm telling you is Mixtral 8x7b outperforms Llama 2 from Meta/Facebook. It also outperforms GPT 3.5, which has 175 billion parameters on most benchmarks, okay? So Mixtral 8x7b, it's like a fine Bordeaux, complex, sophisticated, and honestly undeniably impressive. And if you thought that was impressive, which I did, so you should too, then there's Mixtral 8x22b. So This is the pièce de résistance, right? It handles tasks like summarizing large documents or generating volumes of text with super simple ease, using only 39 billion of its 141 billion potential parameters for inference. It boasts a context window of 64,000 tokens and can converse in multiple languages and code. So let's not forget LeChat, which is Mistral's charming AI chatbot. It's your virtual French waiter, right? Ready to whip up content and carry on conversation. LeChat doesn't have real-time internet access, so it might occasionally serve yesterday's croissant, but it's working to be as useful and unbiased as possible. You can interact with it for free or opt for a paid version for enterprise needs. Now, in a market where GPT-4 is often the gold standard, and when I say GPT-4, I mean ChatGPT. And if you're following the AI market, ChatGPT is the gold standard. Mistral Large holds its own with a competitive cost-performance ratio. So at $24 per million tokens, it's actually more budget-friendly than GPT-4's hefty $60 per million tokens, making it an attractive option for those who want high performance without the hefty price tag. This is why you may have seen or heard of Mistral before, right? It trends in these sectors of competing benchmark large language models. For those itching to get their hands on these models, Mistral's website and platforms like Amazon Bedrock, Databricks, Snowflake Cortex, and Azure AI have you covered. So Mistral's AI development and deployment hub, which is called La Platform, is where you can access all of these. So you can customize and integrate these models into your various projects, whether you're a hobbyist or a multinational corporation. Mistral AI offers tools to really revolutionize your AI capabilities. Certainly, like I always say in the podcast, play around with these tools. There's a lot of incredible AI tools, platforms, and large language models available right now. The best way to understand if they're perfect for your personal use or your organization's use is to test and play around with them, and certainly keep your eye on safety and security as you look at these models. So next time you hear someone mention Mistral AI, no, they're not just talking about a company. They're really talking about a revolution in how we access and use artificial intelligence. Viva la Mistral. I swear that's it for my French pronunciations. I know. That's all for today's deep dive into Mistral AI. If you've got questions, thoughts, or just want to connect, you can find me on LinkedIn. Just look up Emily Laird and let's keep the conversation going. And for those of you who've connected and reached out or wished me well on the podcast or said you loved it, thank you. That's very kind and cool and interesting. I had a weekend with several messages and it was very sweet. Again, I love to hear from you. I love to talk AI. I love to answer questions. I speak. So if you're ever interested in having me come and present or speak for your organization, group, or business, reach out to me on LinkedIn. I will be traveling for most of the next few months to do said things. So until next time, stay curious, stay adventurous, and remember, you know more about Mistral AI now than you did when you arrived. Au revoir.